Hi, good morning. Jesus gave a message on June 2021, um, which is a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that some events, it's gonna happen. Some things gonna happen in coming the next few months, starting from few months from now. So that will be maybe August, September. Uh, they have been giving warnings repeatedly. This is not the first time. Um, Now exactly what's going to happen, I don't know. You can watch the video, the Divina Madre video, and form your own opinion. Um, I stand behind these apparitions that they are genuine, 100% genuine. I have seen Jesus just like you guys are seeing me when I was 10 years old. And right after me, my brother was panicking too. And later I learned that the reason that he was panicking is because he saw angels. Me, I did not see angels, I just saw Jesus. Um, okay, now Jesus is saying that some events, they kept saying that the worst, the darkest hours of this planet has not come yet. The most difficult moments of this planet has not come yet. They're coming. Those events are coming, and they said it openly that they were giving warning about Rwanda, and no one believed. I never heard the warning about Rwanda, but anyway, that they gave warning before those genocide, and we know all the stuff that happened in Africa. They keep saying it. They're still saying it, that it's avoidable, that humanity can avoid it, doesn't have to go through it. But the way things are going, I mean, you just have to observe humanity, the societies, the countries. Um, what caused that? What caused that? It went to World War One, World War Two, all these ISIS things. I'm from Middle East. I'm from Lebanon. I was there during the war, and that's where I saw Jesus, 1976. And you say if humanity, probably they learn from their mistake, they will correct themselves, they will not do things like this. And I used to watch a lot of those videos. Horrible, horrible, absolutely horrible things, unimaginable things. Uh, there was a young guy, I cannot find the video, but there was a young guy, like you're seeing, I'm seeing that the young guy is standing on against the fence, and the head is missing. I'm thinking it's a Photoshop, Photoshop or something like that. It was a picture. Uh, Later on, I saw some videos too, and it's hard to watch. They're decapitating people. It's just unbelievable. It's just unreal. Later on, I learned the stories that those people, well, they looked civilian, but the thing is, they ambushed them. They were soldiers. They ambushed them at the last minute. What the soldiers did is they changed their clothing. They put the civilian clothes, and they were running away from the base, and they caught them because they were over. Uh, the soldiers were outnumbered, and they cut them and they killed them like that. It's horrible. All the bombings. It's really absolutely horrible. You don't see those things in the news. Anyway, what's gonna happen a few months from now? I don't know. I have no idea. They made some sort of a claim like this. in August 2020, last year, some event gonna start, not event, some important thing gonna happen, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Nothing that I know of. Now the apparitions are genuine. I stand behind it. Much later in my life, I saw Jesus. I spoke with Jesus, except that I did not know it was Jesus. Um, so I'm putting my reputation behind it, the Divina Madre group, that it is genuine. People probably they're gonna ask me, well, do the explanation. The explanation, it's gonna take me too much time to do it, even on a camera. When I saw Jesus, after a few days, they confirmed that was actually Jesus, the person that I was talking to. When I saw Jesus, it was I just had came to the understanding the part that everything that they say it's a parable. They speak in parable. So when I saw Jesus, the stuff that he was saying, I was just rushing and going over and over. He said this. What did he try to say by saying this? What did he try to say by saying that? I was trying to understand what he was trying to say. So I was completely submerged in that. That was the important thing for me. Now, from coming to Divina Madre group, that apparitions, when it's that kind of apparitions, even in Medjugorje, the apparitions are official apparitions. So Virgin Mary says things, and people are sitting this side. Well, they are very careful. I mean, they don't explain me those things, but I know, like, they calculate, they make some sort of a strategy, and they show it only what they want to show. They're gonna say things only the way they want to say it. They will not go into details, because many times, especially in Medjugorje, you know, these people, they see Virgin Mary. They're talking with Virgin Mary, then they turn around and they do a little bit of explanation to the public. And it's like, they don't understand nothing. Most of the people that they see Virgin Mary, they call them visionary. I don't call them visionary. They don't understand. Now, what's his name? Ivan Drakovic. I see he understand, because they explain, Virgin Mary explain him things in private. What I'm trying to say is, the understanding part is very difficult. It's extremely difficult. That was one thing that was extremely difficult for me. I mean, until now, even until now. When I saw Jesus in Lebanon, I asked God that I want to see Jesus. I lay down, I turned my mom's side, and I turned my brother's side, and I saw Jesus. Jesus was right next to me. At that age, I thought he was sleeping. Anyway, I saw Jesus from the back. So I saw the back of his head and and from here down, it was a bed sheet. It was covered with a bed sheet. Okay, if Jesus was this, okay, sorry, it's not. Jesus was this, so Jesus was laying next to me, just like this. So I saw I saw him from the back of his head, and the rest was all covered with the bed sheet. And at that time, I never thought of it anything. He was sleeping right on his side, right, exactly. Only at much later in my life, when I became an adult, One day I'm thinking is like, who would sleep on his side? Nobody would sleep on his side. And at that age, I thought he was sleeping, and now I know he was not sleeping. Well, yeah, I did find the answer for that. I understood what was the kind of the meaning. Uh, he was standing up like just like a soldier. I mean, on his side, on his side. I can see his fist basically. It was under the bed sheet, and and the answer to that is one time I had a theory. Uh, this is like a being a soldier, being a marine. There is a lot of things it's not fair, but you're gonna do it like a soldier. Just like a soldier, it's not fair. You go there, you're gonna come back from a war with wounds, maybe a limb missing, your arm missing, your leg missing. It's not fair in a society, but basically it comes to that. So anyway, the understanding. Let me jump quickly in the understanding. Put yourself in my shoe. Let's say you were there at that day, that night with me, and all of you guys, you were right there, and you saw Jesus just like I saw, a person just like me, just like you are seeing me, if you be right here, right now. You saw Jesus, okay, Jesus is real, but what's the next step? How do you understand that? So when I saw Jesus, I was 10 years old. A little bit later, when I start to grow up, at that age, you're just a kid and you just do what your parents, they tell you. But when I start to get older, 18 years old, I start saying to myself, well, I saw Jesus, I have to do something. And I do not know what to do. So I decided I read the Bible and I started going to church. And for me, I know you guys are going to criticize me. For me, it was a disaster. It was a complete disaster. It debalanced me in my life. This stuff the church they say, either I took it too seriously, I don't know how to explain it. There is a lot of things in the Bible that even in the Bible it's wrong. Then they talk about this false prophet, which is it's kind of odd that they even talk about it. Yeah. Odd things. Let's start with this one. Jesus was tempted by the devil, and the devil grabbed Jesus, and took it on the highest place of the holy city, which is Jerusalem. The devil took him on the top of the synagogue, the main synagogue, which is the holiest holy. Kind of even priest cannot enter. There was a certain section that even a priest cannot enter. Once a year was only designated priest can enter to the completely the inside of that area. And anyway, my point is the devil grabbed him and put him right on the top of that synagogue and told him, challenged him, throw yourself down, because it says in the book here, in the Bible, in the Jewish Bible, that God gonna save you. He's gonna order his angels to come and grab you, and you don't hit your feet to the concrete and break it. The point is, the devil is grabbing Jesus. Everybody tells Jesus is God. He's able to grab him. He's the holiest of holy. He's able to grab him physically and taking him not just any place, not on a mountain, not on some sort of a building, but on the top of the synagogue. I mean, sit down and think about this. So there is things that is kind of weird, even though I'm not gonna call it completely weird. I'm going out of the subject. Like it's how can I say it? God is not against evil. God is permitting both things to exist, good and evil, both of them. And most of us, all of us, are right in between both of these things. And you want to go towards good, you are affirming that you are good, your good side is stronger, good. Go walk towards good. And you want to walk towards evil, be my guest. Go towards evil. The God is not gonna change that. It's one of the Jesus prayer was, don't take us to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Even though he is asking that and he carries a lot of weight, God, there is certain things that they're not gonna permit, or that's with your own will you're gonna make that decision. Are you gonna walk against evil things? You're gonna make that decision. You're gonna take that firm decision. Do you reject evil? This is new stuff that they're talking about. They're teaching with Divina Madre. This is the first time they're talking about it, about duality. Duality, like you are two. You are two. You are good and you are evil. Inside of you, you have both of them. You have good and you have evil, and you're gonna take that firm decision which side you're gonna go and which side you're gonna lean, and to which side you're gonna give more importance, until you start to accept that, okay, this is what's coming from our God. He gave us an order to follow Jesus, to listen to Jesus, and Jesus is telling us to be good and not to be stupid, but to be good. Not to give your money foolishly to what they call it, just organization, collecting money for this, collecting money for that. Nobody's telling you to give money foolishly. Yeah, you have to be very vigilant, you have to check everything. But anyway, in general, like, you take a decision on following Jesus. I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna do good things, because this is the order that is coming from the Creator. It's coming from God, that we follow on that mountain, Mount Tabor or something like that. The order was that we listen Jesus, and we follow Jesus, Jesus' teaching, which is the order was Jesus summoned in a very short way. love God with all your heart and all your might, and love others as much as you love yourself, fine, okay, but you're gonna go tell that to other people. It's tough, it's tough. It's not something for one person to do. A single person, it's very difficult for a single person. The message is not for a single person, it's for the large public. And even at that, you have to bring wisdom. You have to give a lot of importance to wisdom. You have to put wisdom on the first place. And you're not going to do things foolishly because, I don't know, such and such people are, collecting money, that's one thing, and there's other things. Let's say you work very hard on one nation, that group of people became good, but then you have some other nation which are evil. What if they attack us? What if they attack that group? What are you going to do? You have to prepare yourself. You have to have your army. You have to have your tactical things. They're not telling you to be stupid. They're just giving a kind of a hint or some sort of direction. Okay, they're not going into detail. Just like start leaning towards good. Just be good. Try to put your best to be a good person as much as you can, which is the entire value of that Eucharist. The entire Eucharist is not the place to say it in a way. The entire Eucharist, when they say this is the body of Jesus and this is the blood of Jesus, it's not. That Eucharist is not the body of Christ. The Eucharist is entire value of Christ. When Jesus grabbed the bread and grabbed the wine and he said, "This is my body and this is my blood. Take it and eat it and drink it." It's in a figurative way, like take me, my entire me, and take it and eat it. Obviously, the guy is not a. He's not a. You're not going to make him a sandwich and eat him. Even if you do that, it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to take Jesus' values and take that in. That's what it says. Jesus says, if you open your heart, me and my Father will come dwelling inside you. That's because you are opening your heart, you're taking their value inside you. You take their value, you start to become kind of like them, seeing things their way, accepting their things, and kind of doing things their style, accepting good and following good. This is where Jesus told me, what did he say? They're all my brothers and sisters from the same father but different mothers. It's the same blood that circulates in all of us. And it's like, I had that thing in my mind. It's like a tube installed in all of us, like we're doing a circle. The same blood is going from one person to the other. It's like it's going round. It's just like I had that thing in my mind. Anyway, but you see it. You see the point. You see really like where they're getting into it. Thank you. The whole point was about this message. I said, I have no idea what's going to happen. It's not something nice. Well, obviously, I don't want things to happen. I don't want the wars to start, but just look at it. World War One, World War Two. How did it start? And what's going to happen? What's holding it not to happen? How much effort are they putting so it doesn't happen? Americans are, sorry, they're in a fantasy world. They're really in a fantasy world. The American government, they're letting everybody else to have the technology. Sooner or later, in another country, it doesn't work the same way as United States. In United States, you have this much problem. You have no control over the president. You have no control over the government. As soon as you move into third world countries, forget it. You have absolutely no say against the government. You start making noise, you're going to disappear. Then they go deal with people like that, and they're letting the technology to sleep and somehow get into the hand of this kind of people. What do you think is going to happen? You tell me. Sit down and think about it. What do you think is going to happen? Sooner or later, somebody like Hitler or Mussolini or the other guys in Russia, Tsar and Stalin, like Saddam Hussein, somebody who's very rough, tough, has no feeling, has no pity, no compassion towards other people, they get into power. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, thank you very much.